Recording. Okay, so recording has started. Alright, good evening all. I believe you guys have a beautiful and a fruitful weekend. This is a live session for market analysis for February, starting from 8 to 12, February 8 to 12. So briefly, we run through the fundamentals for next week. Next week, we are going to see major events on NZD. This is going to affect NZD interest rate decision. What do we have here again? On Wednesday, that is Wednesday. Thursday, initial job claims, USD. Friday, gross domestic product. Then I don't know about you guys if you only look at the economic calendar, but I want to point out something to you. Always be looking at other fundamental events. Like you can go to Bloomberg. Sometimes I go to Bloomberg to look at the fundamental events, like most recent political events and other economic events that are not listed on the economic calendar, like what you see on Forex Factory by Facebook, investing.com. So you can head to Bloomberg and check it. Sometimes I go as far as CNBC. I know some traders use CNN and the rest, but sometimes I see CNN as being a little bit one-sided. The same thing with Sky News. So I just stick to Bloomberg and CNBC. So at least this, especially Bloomberg, their reportings are always straight to the point and it's more streamlined than the rest of it. So always make sure you pay attention to this other part of the fundamentals, because they have an impact on your trading too. Especially if you are a day trader, but if you are a swing trader, you are trading the daily time frame or the weekly time frame, you don't have any issue. Alright, so let's jump into the charts. We start with EUAUD. Today we are not going to do all the analysis on my watch list. I'm going to just pick a few. Like I will take EUAUD, I will take pound dollar, I will take USD card, I will take NZD, AUD, JPY, gold, Bitcoin, and Nasdaq. So we start with EUAUD. So this is the charts I've been showing you guys for, in fact, since the beginning of this year. You guys have been seeing this, and remember we took this trade. There's a trade here. Let me go to the 15-minute time frame. We took this trade from like 2 weeks ago. We took this trade here from 2 weeks ago. Price hit our take profits, and we booked 188 pips. And now I plotted this trend line out last week because I was projecting price to continue pushing up till it hits the 1.5987 zone. Alright, so I wanted to see price bounce off this other trend line, this entry time frame trend line, then push to the upside, especially after I saw this triangle playing out here, this other triangle. You see the triangle I'm drawing there. Though you may not see trend line on this, I easily spot them, so I don't want to use this trend line to go to my charts. So this was a triangle, it is a corrective structure, so I wanted to see price bounce off from here again, then push to the upside, but rather price is bounce off, price did this correct and it's pushing down. So that's why I didn't take a trade again on EUAUD. So I'm going to delete this for now. Now this is what we are having right here. Price is still going to target this zone again, this 1.5987 zone. So we want to see price rejecting the 1.5593 zone that is down here, then we take on another buy. So this may be 100% retracement here. Now we had a double bottom here. We had a double bottom. This is still our entry zone. These two levels here are still our entry zone. So here was a double bottom, 1, 2, and here was like price retesting the neckline and push up. So we are still going to get this here. The price, we're going to see price to push up to the top side. So how can we look for entries? So entries, we first, let me look at Fibonacci and see how far this retracement have gone. From there, this was the first impulse up. So this top, so our price is approaching the 78% retracement level. This is the 78% retracement level. So for next week, this is what you would need to watch out for next week. Watch out for price to tag this level, that is the 565 zone, this level here. Watch out for price to tag this level. If you don't get that bounce from there, we wait for it to settle at this our previous entry zone. So when you get that bounce from the previous entry zone, we follow it to the upside. So I'm still bullish on euro. I'm still bullish on euro AUD. But before I leave this chart, let's go to the indices and see what's happening there. So this is the euro index. Stop that. So this is daily. Price is still bullish. Price is still bullish on euro. At least I'm seeing it above the midline. So price is still bullish. See here. And we have a bounce off here. So price is still bullish. And let's look at the AUD index. Alright, so we may see dropping further to the downside. So there may be a retest and drop. So with this happening, we may actually also see a weak AUD. So with this analysis, now know if in trading we are trading the strong currency against the weak currency. So if you are buying, make sure your best currency is strong. So that was Euro AUD. Do we have any divergence here? Yes, we have. This divergence was 5 seconds, so I don't think it's still valid. Let me open that chart. I'm just doing a detailed analysis here for you. I'll check this out and turn this to candlestick. Alright. So the divergence is what is playing out now, right now in Euro AUD. So we still hope for that the bullish crap is still intact. So we still look out for that bullish move, that one more leg. So wait for price to drop, reject this zone or the 1.565 zone, then push to the outside. So that is on Euro AUD. It's the same sentiment for Euro card. The same sentiment for Euro card. This is Euro card. A similar sentiment for Euro card. Remember this trade. We actually took this trade. That was 2 weeks ago too, and price moved in our favor. More than 50% of our projected target. Then I actually took partial when price came down and is below here. So price took me out on BE on this particular trade. I updated it. I think I updated this trade on the signal channel. Now I want you to understand that this is a corrective structure here. This is an expanding triangle playing out right here on the daily time frame. These zones are my entry zone. So you see price last week price dropped down, bounce up from here. Look at this place here. We have that hammer there, then price close below 1.5351 zone. Then Friday we saw price pushing back up into that entry zone. So I still stay bullish on Eurocard. Just make sure you look for your entries. I plotted this out last week, so it's still valid. I will just need to extend it. This is still valid, and I have to take this out. This is still valid. We'll watch out for price to break through this trend line properly, then head to the upside. That is Eurocard. That is Eurocard. Still bullish sentiment on Eurocard. Euro JPY is different. I have a bullish sentiment on Eurocard, not bullish. You see the entry zones where you see me draw the double lines. Just know that is my entry zones there. This is my entry zone, and this is my target zone. So whatever price is doing around here, just pay key attention to it on your entry time frame, then sell it to the downside. So that is Euro JPY. Already this is a corrective move happening here. This is more like a corrective move here. What you are seeing here, see, is turning. This is a corrective move. So watch out for price to drop below, retest, then make sure your entry is around here. Don't rush and enter at this zone, because if you rush and enter here, you may fall a victim to the stop loss one. So just be patient, wait for price to drop below the entry zone, retest or maybe correct, then you join from here. You join from the entry zone. Right, so we move to pound. So this is pound dollar. Pound dollar, I'm still bearish on pound dollar. And this channel is still pretty working fine. See price pushing this direction, but pay attention to these highs. If you see price closing above 1.3772, please stop selling. Just stop selling, because price may easily tag this trendline resistance before dropping again. So this 1.37720 is an institutional level. So I don't expect price to go beyond there, but if you see price going beyond there, stop selling. That is the way you are going to approach pound dollar for this week, for next week. So stop selling. If you see that go beyond that 1.3772 zone, this particular zone here, I'm marking it out for you, that zone. If you see it go beyond that zone, close above that zone, stop selling. Just close your sell position or break even and let it tag this stop. Give you a rejection before you sell again. If you want to join for short-term buy, you can join, but make sure you are buying with care. But my main bias now, I want to see this sell. My bias is I want to see this sell. So here already, this is more like a correction. So all you need to do is wait for this to break down. Let me use this to plot it out. So wait for this to break down. So price may keep moving in this like an ending diagonal. We wait for it to break out, we test, then we sell it to the downside. Final target for pound dollar on this sell trade is way below. Where is that zone? It's 1.31145. That is the target there. So if you are selling, you can take profit here, you can take profit at this, reference it here, you can reference it here, but make sure your profit doesn't go beyond 1.31145 zone, because once price tags here, we may see a bounce off to the upside again. So that is an institutional level, so pay attention to that level too. So that is pound dollar. But before I jump out on that chart, let me look at the dollar index and see if the strength of the dollar will support my technical bias. Alright, the bullish crap is still playing perfectly well. This is the target for the bullish crap. Remember, I've been showing you guys this harmonic pattern for weeks now, and you can see price is following it. Price pushed up, correct, and it's pushing up again. Here is a secondary resistance, so you may see some consolidation before pushing up again. So I still expect more strength on the dollar. I'm still expecting more strength on the dollar, and weakness may likely come in, crawling from the pound, because pound is already at the top. Pound is already at the top there. So You see this bearish Gatling played out pretty well, hit the target post up, then we may likely see pound crashing. That move pound made last week, that move we saw on pound last week, we are going to see a correction. So once we get that correction and the strength on the dollar, definitely pound dollar is going to sell. So any divergence, current divergence, none. All these divergences are old, not recent. 04. When was 04? 04 was this Friday? Okay, 04 was Thursday. Alright, so buyers still impact on pound dollar bearish, but if we see price go beyond this other level, make sure we are not caught selling, we are buying. So EUR/AUD still bullish, EUR/AUD bullish, we're still bullish on EUR/AUD, so just watch out for price correction and continue buying to the top. Watch out for price correction and continue buying to the top. Let me briefly move into the entry time frame. So this is what is happening on the entry time frame on pound AUD. Let me shrink that chart perfectly. Alright, so you can plot this trend line on your own charts. Plot this trend line on your own charts. Watch out for price to retest this and keep pushing up. This is a correction here, expanding triangle. That's a corrective structure. So watch it for price to tag here and push to the top. If price doesn't reject here, watch for it to drop down a little bit, because this is an expanding triangle. So watch it for it to drop, tag, then push to the upside. So stay bullish on pound AUD also. Stay bullish on pound AUD. Pound yen may be slightly different. Pound yen may be slightly different. We are at the top. Let me shrink this so you see. We are actually at the top pound yen. You see where price is. That is the top there. It's a key zone. See the rejections from here. See this confluence here, here, and here. So here is a key level. If I should pull up the pivots, you agree with me that that level also is a confluence with R1 and also R2. So watch out for price rejection within these zones. Watch out for price rejection within these zones. So when you get that, sell it hard. Sell it hard to PP, S1, S2, or even the straight line. Well, let's jump into my entry time frame and see if you can get a pattern we can work with. Alright, so what's my eye itching me? So plot this up on your chart tool. Plot this up on your chart tool. So wait for it to bounce off. Alright, so this is it. Watch out for price to come back down, breaks below that trend line strongly. The trend line I just drew on the 45-minute time frame, correct, then you sell it to the downside. So pound yen, we are selling pound yen just as we are going to sell pound dollar. It's only pound AUD that we are buying. So I hope you understand that. And I believe you guys are still here with me. I hope I'm not talking to myself. So if you are here and you have been following what I've been saying so far, type in "I'm following" so I can continue. I don't want to be talking to myself. You are not. Just type "I'm following." I didn't say you should talk, please. Just type "I'm following." Alright, so everybody is following. So let's move to our next pair for today, our USD card. So I believe you guys can still remember this pattern I drew on USD card since the first week. Was it the first week or second week of February? I thought I showed you guys this corrective pattern here. and we were looking for buying opportunities around here and around here, and prices up there. Prices up there. From the way things are, from the price action I'm getting here, this may be a bigger consolidation here. I believe you guys can still remember the basics of price action, the phases of the market, the advancing phase, declining, distribution, and accumulation phase. So this may be an accumulation phase. So pay attention to what we are having here. This may be an accumulation phase. We see price keep moving in this region before the breakout. So we see as both the corrective structure and the market rate is more likely play out within here. So pay attention to it. Don't rush in and be buying at the top. If you are buying at this top here, you may miss the whole move. So wait for a little price correction before you take a buy. So USD card, I'm bullish. Let me tell you, I'm bullish on USD card. So this is my entry time frame. I will want to see price. I want to see price come down, tag this bottom, then I look for buying opportunities there. So wait for price to tag this bottom, then you buy to 1.3100 zone, which is up here. 1.3100 zone. But if your scalper, if your scalping skills is tight, or if you want to day trade, you can as well watch this. Once you see that breakdown, you can sell it to the bottom there. You can sell it to the bottom. Although on side, I'll still be paying attention to this level on my entry time frame, this particular level. So in case I see a bounce, we take. But though, if you are buying from here, if you are buying from the current market price, it's going to be high risk, but we can still take that trade. If we get a good price action there. So let me do this. I'll plot this here, then we set the chart so I can understand the price action I'm seeing there. So there's no rejections around here. So, but if I see rejections here, I will likely send a signal on it, but the stop loss will be very tight. Why the stop loss will be tight is because we still have price may still form another swing low before pushing to the upside. So that would be maybe a risky one for us, a high risk for us. So the potential is not up to buying from there. The trade potential even up to 80% is 60 to 70. But if we wait for it to tag this bottom here, that means your trade potential is up to 80-90, or you buy from here. So that is USD card. Okay. NZD USD, this pair has been consolidating at this top like maths. So I actually didn't pay attention to it last week. And I remember 2 weeks ago I was saying we should trade in between this zone, the 0.71736 zone and 0.71047 zone. But price has been here. Now I want you to understand that this is a correction happening up here. This is a correction. If I should shrink my chart, you see that trend line from below here. You see that trend line from here? See it pushing up. So the next phase I was targeting was here. So I wanted to see bullish price action around here, then I buy to the top. That was 2 weeks ago, but price have been consolidating within this region, and price action isn't clear right now on NZD USD. So I'm a bit neutral on NZD USD. So if we are trading NZD USD, I actually trade with K, because right now I'm neutral here. So price may still, make that slide down, move correctively, tag this before breaking out. Price may actually correct slowly, then break out. So I'm neutral on NZD USD. I have nothing concrete to say on NZD. I have to accept that fact. I can't force myself to trade it. So until I see a valid pattern or a valid structure, then I can take a decision on this. So we move to AUD JPY. So AUD JPY, I was still considering a sell on this pair. So price is actually at the top again, 80.860 zone. So price is actually at the top again. So we look for buying opportunities. Sorry, we look for selling opportunities. Sorry, not buying opportunities. We look for selling opportunities. We want to see price reject that zone, that 80.860 zone, then drop to 78.754 zone. So that would be our target. So this is it. We want to see price drop to this level, then push to the upside. So this is more like a bigger correction here before price keep pushing to the upside on AUD JPY. So on my entry time frame, wow, can you see this candle close? This is lovely, but don't rush and enter. You know, market big players in the market, they know how to do a strong thing. This is it. A lovely rejection candle there on my entry time frame. That can be seen on the daily time frame. You see, that is the reason you need to do multi-time frame analysis. That can be seen on the daily time frame, but I can actually see it on the 45-minute time frame, which is my entry time frame. So right now, for my entry, this is what I'm going to do. If you want to sell immediately, make sure your stop loss is very tight, because this is a Friday move. So I will just do this on my charts. This is a tight move here. This is a very tight move. So I want to see multiple rejections here before I pull that trigger. But first, let me shrink this whole chart and see what is happening on this other side. Alright, delete this. Okay, so price is up there again. So watch out for rejections from the top and sell to the bottom. This is the entry time frame. So watch out for rejection here. The price is already above R1, so stop loss hunting might come in play. Stop loss hunting might come in play. So pay attention to whatever price is doing. Within here, you will see multiple rejections. Then sell to 78.754. Then your stop loss should be at least 380 above that your entry. But if that is not happening and you see price keep pushing up slowly, let it go. When you get a rejection, then you sell to the downside. So watch out for look for selling opportunities on AUD JPY. That is for next week. Next is gold. Gold has been moving smoothly. We took a buy. Was it last week? We took a buy last week and priced it our stop loss. And since then, I didn't want to look at gold again, because this pair has been moving as knows how to move like a wildfire. So last week I was saying you guys should pay attention to where we have this level here, this zone here. So I'm actually going to extend that to accommodate the most recent price action. Alright, so that is it. So this was like midline. This was our midline. So I said you should watch at this zone. If price should break below this zone, you sell. If price should close above, you buy. So price was making some rejections at this zone to the upside. So we were looking for buying opportunities, but that didn't happen. Price didn't buy, so price took us out on stop loss and is heading below. So this is the 1915 zone is an institutional level, so you need to pay attention to that. So if price is buying, if gold is going to buy, that is going to be your target. So right now price is between 1820 and 1802. So if you get rejections from here on the entry time frame, we are going to look for buying opportunities to this zone. Don't target here. Here is too far. So target this zone. So if you are going to buy from here, target this zone. So I'm a bit neutral on gold because price may actually do this before dropping, but we are not sure yet that price is going to make this move, because if by next week gold is still dollar is very strong, we may not see that retest. We may not have that retest. We may just see maybe small corrections on the lower time frames, then price drops to the channel support there. So let me look at my entry time from the 45 minutes time frame to see what is happening. This is more like a correction, so I won't look for buying opportunities. You can see the candlestick bodies there. Let me use a trend line. You can see the candlestick bodies there. See this? So watch out for this to break down. So when you get that breakdown, correct, drop. So watch out for a breakout of this trend line. If you don't get that breakdown, let price push to the upside, let price move to the top, let price go back to this zone, then you can sell from here. So I believe my analysis on this is very clear. My analysis on gold is very clear. So we move to the next one. So bearish, it's better you look for selling opportunities on gold than to look for buying opportunities. So look for selling opportunities on gold. Right, the next one is Bitcoin. Everybody is talking about Bitcoin, and I believe you guys can remember the analysis I did on Bitcoin. I said price will tag 50k, but here we are going to see a bigger correction, like something of this nature. Alright, that is what I drew this. I made this analysis some weeks ago, and you see price here has been going along with it, and it's approaching the all-time highs again, the 42,144 zone. And right now, if you should ask me, should I buy Bitcoin or can I buy Bitcoin, I will tell you no, don't buy Bitcoin. Like, if you want to buy for long term, don't buy at the top, don't buy at that top. But except you are trading, maybe you are doing intraday, you can take that short term buy, tag here. If you see price going beyond that 42,144, let you move it to run to 50k. You leave it to run to 50k. But if you don't see it to run into 50k, let it drop again, then buy at this other zone, the 29,000 zone. It's best to buy at the 29,000 zone because this is the new key level. This is the new key level. Price is going to respect this key level for a very long time. We may not see price go beyond that 29,000 zone for a very long time. Maybe in the next how many years price may not go beyond that zone. That is a key. So you can see price bouncing off. So pay attention to here. This is the best place to jump in on gold. This is right now. This is the best place. Don't worry. I don't think price will come to this 20% and 20k zone or maybe 12k zone again. This is the new key level. So if you want to buy here, just know that you are taking high risks. Because price may actually make one more swing low before pushing to 50k. Alright. So for now, let's go to the entry time frame and see what is happening there. Alright. So this is a strong trend. It's a very strong trend. If I should draw a trend line, you guys will know it will align. So, and it's very close. This is too close. So don't buy. I would say don't buy from this top. Don't buy from this top. Just wait for price to approach this level. If you see a rejection, a strong rejection, then sell it to 29k. Sell and hold to 29k. Though even if price doesn't reach 29k, at least price should reach. Let me zoom this. This is the mid zone here, this level here. Let me put a trend line. I'll delete it later. I just want you guys to see this. This is a pivot level here, a good pivot level. You can see that bounce up there, there. I mean, there. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6. So if you should sell, you are going to sell Bitcoin from 42k. You are going to sell it from 42k. Your target should be at 34k and also 29k. Now, price may take time before visiting this 29k again, but for 34k, I'm a bit assured. I'm convinced that price will visit 34k again. But let us have that rejection. But if we don't see that rejection on Bitcoin, and you see price closing below 42k, retesting that 42k, make sure you are changing your bias fast to bullish. So that is how you trade. You think in probabilities, alright? That is how you trade. You think in probabilities. But make sure you know where you are scaling in. Make sure you know where you are scaling in. Make sure you know where you are scaling in. Alright, so whatever price is going to do around here, I'll give an update on this on the signal channel, the Telegram signal channel, so you guys pay attention to that too. So that is it on Bitcoin. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. If you should ask me, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, but the 42k zone, it's where you need to pay attention to. Then Nasdaq, I plotted this out some weeks ago, and I said you pay attention to it, that we have a short-term buy, and price did that short-term buy. See, price did that short-term buy. Alright, so right now price is at that resistance, trendline resistance. So look for selling opportunities on Nasdaq. Look for selling opportunities on Nasdaq. Let's go to the entry time frame. I don't want to keep you waiting, so I can attend to your questions. I know most of you have questions. You have questions, so I want to attend to your questions. I'll delete this, no more valid, because I've already made the move. Okay. So this is what is happening right here on Nasdaq. So how do you fine tune? How do you look for entry here? Are we having any rejections? This is more like a bearish engulfing candle there, but I won't say you should buy. I won't say you should. I won't say you should sell immediately. This is an expanding triangle. Let me use trend line so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. Also, this is a corrective structure here on the entry time frame. So you need to find a way to understand corrective structures. When you get to understand corrective structures, then you are ready to make money from this market. So drop down, push up again, then you look for that sell around here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. You may even see this too. But your eye should be at this top. If you don't sell on the retest on the next tag of this corrective structure trend line, make sure you look for the next one. So this may get bigger, so you follow it, then let it drop, or it will drop from here. Alright, so look for selling opportunities on Nasdaq from here and here. So that is it. If you are scalping, you want to scalp, you can scalp in between that corrective structures, but you know Nasdaq is very volatile and it's very crazy. So I won't advise you should scalp. Just make sure you are catching this swing. If you catch this swing, you will make good money. You make good money. Like for example, if I should do this from here to this bottom here, you see the number of pips there, 4k. 4k. So I'm going to make money from there. Okay. So that is Nasdaq. I guess we have exhausted my watch list. Yes, we have exhausted my watch list. Before I take your questions, if you have any charts you want me to analyze, just type it in on the comment section. Why I'm going to stop this recording, because I'm going to publish these other parts of this recording on the YouTube channel. Then I'll continue answer your questions, then do analysis if you have any special way you want me to do analysis. But for now, I've covered my my watch list for next week. So let me stop this recording first, then I'll attend to you guys. Okay, recording saying cut JPY. Let me stop the recording, then I'll attend to you.